Man, so it's kind of weird how this worked out this way, but I've been working on the interior back half section of the battle hatch for quite a while, and a little while ago I got new seats over there from Project Pepto. I got the red Recaro, the DC5 seats, and a long time ago I was starting to build the rear seat delete section. As you can see, the seats are right here in Project Pepto. So these, and the reason why I want to do a rear seat delete is because of my cantilever suspension setup. I wanted to make sure that I can make some kind of a rear section that's really going to complement that really nicely, and to have it gutted, I don't know, this car is not going to be a full-blown track car like the Battle EG hatch, and I don't know.
And now you're watching the face tattoo of a face with a face tattoo channel of YouTube. Welcome to BodeVision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. So today we're gonna kind of get into something different. I always want to make sure I have a really broad horizon, if you will, of doing all kinds of different things with all kinds of different cars. For example, some of the metal fabrication work that I've been doing for the Battle EG hatch with the dimple dies in my last video. That stuff looks really cool. Looks really good. I have never done that before, so we're kind of going with a really rugged, aggressive effect on this one. And now I'm going to do the opposite thing on Project Pepto. I'm going to go ahead and do some sewing, do some really manly stuff. That's going to be in the upholstery department in a little while. But right now what I got to do before I head over there is I just want to go ahead and get these primed. So this is all that's going to be in this video for the battle hatch. This video is mainly going to be about Project Pepto. So some primer on some panels, you've seen it a million times. It looks pretty good, not too bad. Now before I actually paint them, I'm gonna sand them down. I might straighten them out a little bit more, but ultimately the main goal and the main reason why I wanted to put primer on these panels was, again, so they would not get rusty, and they will not get rusty. If I want to make any changes, I can, but as long as we're not going backwards. You know, if I want to shave down an edge a little bit more, then I can just come back and spot prime it before I put the actual paint on it. And I don't know if this is going to be going black like the color of the interior of the car. I imagine it's going to be, because the entire interior of the car is going to be painted black, so these are probably going to be painted as well. So we are done with that. Now let's take a small walk to the other department. And alrighty, so here we are at the upholstery department official. Look it up, upholstery department, BodeVision, brand new, on board, ready to go. So what I gotta do is I just gotta do that little section now. All the other pieces are, let me show you. So this is what we're going for. This just kind of matched the seats like I was saying. We're still gonna do another stitch down here, but this is kind of what I gotta do and kind of the next step. So this is the biggest piece. This is for that front section closest behind the back seats in front of the bars. And then we have the section that goes in between the back bumper and then the cantilever suspension setup. And then also in the very front, like right behind the back seats, this whole seat delete is going to be laid out flat, and then there's one vertical piece. It's just a smaller board. That's what I'm going to go ahead and cut out. That's what I'm going to show you how I go about doing this process. So I have some measurements written down right here. This is how big it needs to be. It's 6 inches by 48 inches, and then this is just the side of the fabric from before. So I'm just going to kind of use this for a reference, and this is the only amount of material that I have left over. So this is the middle section, the little insert section, and this is what I have left for the side pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and get it cut, lay it out, and then eventually we'll fire up this bad machinery, you know what I mean? Right now I got the 3 pieces cut how they should be cut. This is going to be like the far left edge, this is going to be in the middle, and then this is going to be the far right edge. So now what I got to do is I want to sew them together, and I want that to have a nice seam. So the way that I got to do it is I got to put the 2 good sides together. So this is the visible side, because that's not the good side. So the visible side up, And then on this one, we want the visible side to be down. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sew it together here. So that way once it gets unfolded, it's gonna look nice. And then you're not gonna see that seam. And that's gonna be what's gonna hold it together. So this piece right here, that's the piece that I just did. So the back seats of the car, this would be the driver's side back seat, passenger side back of the front seat. I'm saying back seat, but the back of the front seat. So that piece right there, that's gonna be the vertical piece. That's gonna lay horizontal. Then the cantilever suspension setup is gonna be right here. And then there's gonna be room for the bars to go through and everything. And then these, unfortunately, they had to be 2 pieces, but that is okay. I still think it's gonna look good. So now actually, I'm just gonna be staying at the house because the love bugs are so bad over at the shop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on this foam. This is the foam that's gonna be on there. So it's sewn on this side, or there's fabric on this side and foam on that side. So the idea is I want the foam to just be on the top of all of the wood, and then the batting and the material is going to wrap around it. So in other words, I need to make sure this is a nice exact size template to go on there. So here you can kind of see it coming together. I mean, everything looks pretty good. Now these edges are not perfectly clean, but by the time the next thing goes on it, which is batting, and then the actual fabric's gonna go on top of it, by the time all that goes on, it's gonna be nice and smooth and pulled over the edge, and it's gonna look really good. This foam is to just kind of add another layer of cushion to it and make it look a little bit more professional. So the next thing I gotta do is I gotta get that batting out and get the fabric together, stretch it over it, staple it, and keep this thing moving. So here's how it looks. I could not be more pleased with how it came out. It looks really good. So what I ended up doing after I did the foam, I did 2 layers of batting. This is just what the batting is. So that was stretched over it, and then the fabric was pulled over it, and as you can see, it looks good. I was a little bit concerned with how it was gonna match, and now's the question, is it gonna match all right? So the only thing left to do, we got Pepto sitting right here. So we're gonna go ahead and get it thrown in Pepto and see how this thing looks and wrap it up. Ooh, man, so it looks so good. Like I just said, I could not be more pleased with it. It's starting to rain. I wanted to bring the car out and over here to really let you have a good look at it. And as you can see, if it's not raining too bad, it is looking good. I was a little bit worried with the way that it matched, but I think it matches just fine. Now we're gonna have to get the bars painted when I do the rest of the car, and I'm gonna have to decide all the color and everything as we go. And what I really wanted is I wanted this to be nice and close and nice and hugging it. And it looks really good. I think that's gonna be it for this one, you guys. It's about to start raining even harder, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Coming up, I'm gonna have to get the Integra tuned if it's not raining too bad and I can drive it over there, because I don't have wipers, or I'll just get that figured out. Either way, on the way. Integra stuff is coming, EG stuff is coming. I'm gonna get out of here because it's raining. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. Whoa, man, this looks good. do all this stuff, I'm out.